What's up, sports world? You're tuned in to GrindWorks podcast, and I'm D-Lo with my co-host.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Coach D.
And today, we have basketball dads on. Marc, Fleming in the building. Thanks for coming on.
Hey, man, I sure appreciate being here, man.
Thanks for coming on, man. I've been trying to get you on for a minute, man, so
This the
glad to have you.
man. Hey, mama, I made it. This the one.
Hey, look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Look.
I'm somewhere always grinding, putting God first. That master plan is manifested in the mind first. No taking days off, cause that ain't how my mind works. We out the mud, cause that's the way the grind works.
Man, first off, man, I want to say thanks for coming on the podcast again, man.
Yeah.
Man, I know you got a lot of wisdom and basketball knowledge to drop. So first thing I want to ask you, man, what are some of the things you think qualify you to even speak on about youth sports and high school sports in the city, man? Or in the state, I should say.
Qualifies me. I know what gives me the audacity
Okay.
is that I pay money to go to games, and I have intelligence and I have experience and I have a perspective, man. I think everybody has an opinion or a perspective, and I just like to share mine. I've always been on social media anyway, so it was just a natural segue. Anything I'm involved in, I'm going to promote it. For one, you know that from the AAU world to middle school world. I'm always going to add value to it. So I think it's just the next step up, just to add value to what I see as a dad and a former athlete.
That's dope. That's dope. And one more question. You just said, before I let you turn it over to Coach, you just said, as a former athlete, where did you play at?
I played at Dale City.
Oh, Dale City?
Yeah.
Okay. What year? What years, man?
I graduated in 92.
92. Okay. Okay, cool, man.
Yeah. Point guard.
Oh, you was a point guard?
Point guard.
Okay, now was you a shooter or a passer?
Oh, passer. I was a traditional point guard. Make sure the balls move, run the offense, know the plays.
Okay.
Yeah, play defense, all of that. But I could shoot. I could shoot from range.
And that was sort of the style of play back
Yeah.
then, too. You didn't really have the scoring type point guard that you have now. So I wanted to just jump right in, man. You do the Basketball Dads live on Facebook, which I'm a huge fan of. I tune in all night, man. Some people, yeah. Hey, if it's there for 3 hours, I'm on there for 3 hours, man. You know, maybe one day I'll come on, but man, I always offer up my opinions and stuff. But you get a lot of flack for your rankings and your perspective on rankings. And the one thing that I like that you always say is you don't try to speak on teams that you haven't seen.
That's right.
And so many people get on there and say, oh, well, this team did this and this team did that. But you always speak on having an eye test, which I think is important. I think everybody should have that perspective. And also who you play, who you lose to, who you beat, and how you look when you played them. Why do you feel like so many people, why can't they understand that? And why do they get so offended by that, in your opinion?
Well, people, you gotta understand my perspective. Since I was in fifth grade, my stepfather would come home with these parlay sheets, and I would be selecting teams for him based on watching games and who I thought would win by how many points. So that's kind of what my eye test is. That's why I say how you win matters, who you beat, was it home, on the road, all that stuff comes together to kind of predict what's probably going to happen. You see what I'm saying? So that's the perspective I'm coming from. I'm not saying I'm a professional sportsbook handicapper, but I've been doing this for a long time, and I have not been wrong any big games yet.
Right.
I mean, damn near down to the point, because I'm just trained to see things a certain way. And so that's why I like to look at teams, because I look at whose body language. I look at how you stretch. I look at free throws in the clutch. I look at stuff that really make a difference in winning and losing the game. And a lot of people just go to YouTube. They may watch it there, but if you wasn't there, you didn't really realize why he missed that free throw. Right. Because YouTube ain't going to pick up the nervousness and the breathing, the stuff that I'm seeing. Right. I'm seeing something different. Yeah. So you got to be there, and the eye test is important, because you got to also see, like, I look at kids when you get subbed in, subbed out. How do they go to the bench? Who's a rah-rah kid? Who gets everybody going? All that's important. Because if you lose one of those kids, you're going to lose a game.
Yeah. No, it's so amazing to me, because I think of any rankings you can think of in our country, a lot of that factors in. You know, whether it's the college football stuff or the NCAA basketball, who you play, how bad you lose, you know, how bad you beat them. Like, that all factors in when we're talking about ranking. So I don't understand I'm sitting on the live and I'm listening to some of these people who are supposed to be coaches argue this. And I'm thinking to myself, but that's always been.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We've always factored that in. So why are you arguing that? You know what I'm saying? If your opinion is different, that's cool. You know, like I heard one coach say it's your not so popular rankings or something like that.
Right.
And then he was saying like what the kids are saying. I'm like, man, kids, you know, like kids don't really have, they don't have a nuanced perspective of how this works. You know what I'm saying? They just fly by the wheel. You know what I'm saying? So
a lot of it,
understand that.
A lot of it's emotion. I get calls. Like I'm gonna get some calls tonight when the rankings come out because some coach ain't gonna be happy about it. I'm telling you, and I get it, and I try to explain what I'm seeing, and then normally I have facts to back it up. But when it comes to kids don't watch games. My son is in his phone. He talking to his friends. They go on a concession stand. They talking to whoever's in the building. They not watch like I'm watching. Sometimes I make them sit down and say, hey man, watch this game. You gonna guard this kid next year. Hey man, sit down. Go watch Jock. Ain't gonna have no Isaiah and Maury next year. You have to guard that kid. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. That's the kind of stuff we talk about. So what's the tendency? Like it's a certain kid, I ain't gonna say his name, but he's a great shooter. But I showed my son, I said, if you notice, he low right here low. Get that long, can I cuss on here? Yeah. Get that long ass hand of yours out there and affect that before he could, once he gets in here, it's in there. Right. But you don't know that unless you're watching for stuff like that. Yeah, they watching for the wrong stuff. Get caught up in the stomp teams. I do that for entertainment. Right. But I'm watching the game. I'm watching the coach. Like, man, you didn't spread it. You only have 50 seconds. You didn't stop that kid from shooting the ball or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Right. That matters to me. Right. Coaching matters. I watch assistants. I went to Crooked Oak. I was there. Okay, you was there. Kid gets blood on his jersey. The head coach had to leave the bench to go attend to the kid with the jersey. Oh, wow. Had assistants sitting there. You know, assistants is his backs. I was there. The head coach now had to leave to go do that. Yeah. So coaching matters. If that was Milwood, Dorian would never have to leave to go get no jersey issue. I'm just being honest. Sorry. It's a learning experience too. So, coaching matters, staff matters, how your school embraces basketball matters, because every school ain't a basketball school. Right. And we know that too. Yeah. We're blessed at Milwood. I know historically at Milwood, you always had dual athletes at Milwood historically. Right. And so I remember back when Jay Nick was even playing, there was games where Milwood might lose a game. Oh, well, Jay Nick and them, they still playing football. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, definitely. We're blessed now that most of the kids are basketball kids. Right. So we actually, it makes a difference in how you play, how you show up in those early games. We'll see some early losses on some teams, or some teams that went to Texas and beat some teams. Well, hell, Duncanville and Sock, they still playing football. Yeah, right. And some of them boys hoop. So you may have beat them, but you didn't beat the full team. Right. So I had to look at that different. Yeah.
So it sounds like every perspective that you offer up is informed, is not just random. And I think some of these people just think, oh, that's just a dad just talking, but they don't realize how much you actually put into making these rankings or giving your opinions, you know what I'm saying? Because like you said off camera, it's all opinions. I don't understand why people get so offended. But I thought that was an interesting take when I'm on your live and I see that. I was like, well, let me add this. What's the difference between the 8th spot and the 7th spot? Like, who cares, You're
in the mix. But like D. Brown, remember we had middle school rankings. And we see these rankings come out, they be ridiculous. Like, we didn't beat these teams. Oh, yeah. But it's the first time that I know in the history of rankings, the people who put it together are coming on and say, well, let's talk about it. Yeah, right. People were hiding behind fake names, fake accounts. Yep. We then came out and said, no, this is what we think, and we'll stand on it. We don't have to agree, but then we'll see. You're right. Some teams I say are just wait and see teams. I haven't seen enough of them, so I got them here. I'm looking at them, they're in a wait and see pattern. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I think everybody has valid arguments, you know what I'm saying? It just, to me, people attach too much emotion to it, like it wouldn't be that big a deal to me, but hey.
Man, I just love the fact that, man, we're shedding light on these high school kids, man. A lot of these
sub the fan.
Yeah, right. So everything I try to do is say positive. It's rare that I'm gonna say something negative because I try to push the positives, you know what I'm saying, like before anything else. Hey, sometimes you got to.
Because here's what I feel like, and I get it. They are kids, but you're an athlete, and to me, when you partake in athletics, you know what you subject yourself to. Now, I'm not one of them people that thinks you should just go in there and just berate a kid and tear him down. But it's okay for me to say, that kid didn't really play that tough tonight. That kid didn't shoot it well, or he hasn't been playing well this season. Like, people get so offended, but it's like he's an athlete. And if he wants to go to the next level, he's going to encounter those things. So you might well start preparing for it now.
Especially if you're an elite kid, because the elite kids are who we argue and debate about anyway throughout history, how you compare to this person, how that person did it. So if you're an elite kid, if you're a parent of an elite kid and you can't take any type of commentary or criticism about your child, you're in for a long road and headache, because the higher they climb, the more it's going to become an issue.
I think you handle that well. Like, I've seen you and Kim House have some back and forth, you know, and I can tell it's friendly, like it's nothing personal. But, you know, Kim has some very strong opinions on things. And I think a lot of parents, I've heard parents say how they get offended by him when they say stuff. I think you handle that well when he speaks on your son, you know what I'm saying? Because I think you understand that your son does have work to do and he can always get better. So, you know, I want to just say, man, I salute you for not really, you know, you don't seem like a very emotional person to me anyway when it comes to this. So, man, I think that's dope.
My wife would turn up on you.
Right. You got to have a balance, right?
No. And plus in Harlem knows. Listen, like I told him, I said, man, you a kid with your own gym. I said, do you realize what that come with? It's just a loan.
Right.
I said, every time you do something wrong, supposed to have his own gym, can't shoot. Right. Supposed to have his own gym.
Only imagine.
My son over there in the apartment and I scored him, you know, it's where it's going to be. So I said, this is the expectations of opinion and critiques gonna come with what you have and what people see you have. And then you have a dad that ain't shy about talking. Yeah, right. So you're gonna get some shots because of your name. They just come with it.
A privilege comes with pressure.
Absolutely. But he knows that. That's why he was here at 1 o'clock in the morning shooting 500 threes.
Yeah, man.
He know.
Right.
No. Making 500 threes. He don't come in until you make 500 threes. Yeah. Absolutely. And that's a blessing. We didn't have that. You know how far I had to go to get a shot up, bro?
Come on, man. You had to walk the workout before you got there.
Come on, man. And was proud. And we had all kind of dreams, imagination. I didn't have a dad helping me and dropping jewels and sending me videos and encouraging me. I was in off the muscle of my imagination. What I saw on TV or ESPN, you know, that's what we did. You're trying to imitate moves what Jordan doing, dressing like him and everything. I think that's gonna make me dumb. Put the sleeve on my knee, baby. That's why he jumping so high. Yeah, but now I got him in that weight room. He's in the lab, bro. And then you know this, D-Brown. I call kids. I invite kids over too. I'm not trying to gatekeep nothing. I want everybody kid to make it, man. Straight up.
I mean, and that's why you don't get them blessings, man. We'll keep getting them blessings. We got a good heart, man. The blessings come out of nowhere. They be wondering why Marc who he is, man. It's them blessings. But let me ask you a question, man. When it comes to Harlem and his basketball journey, man, what even made you even decide Milwood? Because it looks like it was a good move for you after everything to learn. But
oh man,
well, first before that, where was he at in middle school?
My son was at Cassidy School from pre-K through the 7th grade. Okay. Cassidy School, happy at Cassidy School.
Yeah, right.
He was a lifer. He was gonna be a lifer. And what happened was at Cassidy, they make you play sports. Maybe they make you play sports because they will probably won't have enough kids that they didn't. So he played football, he played basketball, and then they give you what's called another option. We chose a fitness option versus doing track or something like that, right? So in my mind, the fitness option for him, because I feel like he's an elite basketball player, let him get on that shooting gun, let him get in that weight room in there, and let him work on his craft for this, since we already played football for you. Not even a football player, and he did very well. But we did what you asked us to do. So now I want my son to train. And I'm up there every day, the same way I am in Milwood. So the AD like, oh, you know, we ain't had that. Because I asked him, I said, man, what you been doing? Yeah, I'm outside playing kickball. I said, kickball? We ain't doing that. I said, no, plus the tuition paid for. Okay? Ain't no scholarship, nothing this way, it's paid for.
Yeah.
So I talked to the AD, and, you know, he said, well, you know, we don't have the staffing for that. I said, but I enrolled in the fitness option. Well, we got him practicing with the track team. I say, bro, that's like you telling me if he ran track and played basketball, you have him practicing with the football team in the fall, but just not playing games? I'm smart, man. That's not a fitness option.
Right.
So if you wasn't prepared, you shouldn't let me enroll in it and pay for it,
right,
then try to change it. We're not going to do that.
Right.
So I talked to the head coach. He said, hey, man, I'll watch him. I'll facilitate it because he wanted him there.
Yeah, right.
AD said, well, you know, I'll get back with you. So I told him, I said, the decision you make today will determine the decision I make tomorrow. He didn't get back. I told my wife, I said, we're getting him up out of there. Straight up. I said, we invested too much in athletics for him to not be able to perform at the school that he goes to. Okay? That was number one. Now, I already had it in the back of my mind because I saw what's going on Leach, when Leach was there.
Yeah.
You know, when you don't have the talent around a good kid, any good coach is going to double him, take him out the damn game, and let somebody else beat you. When I watched Leach play against Milwood and everybody else, they just took him out the game, and they was beating Cassidy.
Yeah.
I said, son, this is going to be your future. I see it already.
Yeah, right.
You're going to be the next Leach. I said it. With all due respect to Leach. Leach is a hell of a player.
Right.
I'm so glad he went to Deer Creek and got that championship.
Right.
I'm so glad because he would have never got it where he was at.
Yeah.
And he was a good kid, right? And then the other part of it, reason why I left, I started hanging out with Blue, and Blue was going to the big house for these state tournament games. So I wasn't tapped in.
Yeah, okay.
'Cause I ain't had no older kid like you had. My kid was too little. I didn't think about no state tournaments. Man, I went to that big house and saw. I said, I want my kid on the big stage.
It's unlike any of
And I told my wife, I said, let me tell you something. I don't give a damn how good he is. He ain't gonna get there from here. Now they got some better kids now. They didn't have them then. And so I said, we gotta get him out of there. So our plan was to go stay one more year at Cassidy, and then he wants to go to Douglas. That's where he was gonna
I
go.
remember, yeah, for sure.
He was love of Coach Steve. He was always at the basketball camps up there. I got a relationship with EJ. That was the first non-Cassidy experience that he got.
Yeah.
That he fell in love with. He loved the coach. He loved that band that he playing at some games. He just never seen that level of excitement for basketball because Cassidy's totally different. Cassidy at that time, when I was there, did not fully appreciate sports. It's a non-apologetic academic institution. It is. And it's a proud academic institution. And it should be. That's what they do well. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, these kids are doctors and everything else. They're going on to med school. They got an average 32, 33 ACT at that school.
Right.
It's a different environment.
Yeah.
But Harlem is heavily invested. His dream is basketball. That's why you see this gym. His dream is basketball.
His dream.
If his dream was music, this would be a big-ass recording studio. He'd Teddy Riley up in this joint. You know what I'm saying? So it's pushed him towards his dream. So I knew Nate up there from Lancaster. And I said, my plan was for the whole year, I told every parent, I'm going to tour all these high schools and pick the best school for my kid. And I'll make sure he gets there.
Yeah.
That was it. So Nate, I said, hey, can we come watch a practice? Yeah. I watched the varsity practice. I watched the middle school practice. He let me watch. And then kids already knew Harlem.
Yeah.
Oh, Harlem, come here. Harlem, come here. They started talking. Like, I don't know yet. Y'all don't know yet. So we watched it. Then Nate said, hey, why are you waiting to your 9th grade year? Why don't you come now?
Right.
I never thought about it.
You don't matter.
My wife went to Milwood. I forgot about that. She was a Milwood. I said, well, hell, let's just ask her and I asked him. And he was with it, so we gave it a chance. And then we said, if it don't work out, we can still go to Douglas. We can still go everywhere hell we want to go.
Right.
Because it's middle school. You ain't had no transfers or nothing.
Yeah, right.
So that's what happened. That's how Milwood came to play. He went there. He liked it, had a great experience. His buddy Tariq came along, so it just really made it a great transition for him. I look up, he in the homecoming court. Stuff he been in Cassidy since he's in pre-K. Ain't no homecoming, nothing. Cassidy was so cold, man. Harlem was the best athlete in the whole middle school, hands down. He was starting 8th grade team, 7th grade year. Leading scorer, 8th grade team, leading scorer, 7th grade team. Man, they didn't have nothing for him in the yearbook for basketball. And then the picture they had up had somebody else's name on it.
Oh,
Come on, man.
don't tell me that. Come on.
Come on, man. Come on, man. It ain't too many Harlems. How you gonna mess him up? Come on now.
The right is, if writing was ever on the wall, you go.
Yeah, that's true. And I know that sounds petty to some parents out there, but no, this is my son's history. It's my son's legacy. Now he gonna show his kid he went to a school and his name off the road.
Right.
I'm not doing that, man. So no.
Do that we done paid for your beard.
There you go.
What in the work be good at?
But the thing that people expect, like going to a school and it's a non-black school, Harlem had a great time at Cassidy. Cassidy was good to Harlem. He has good friends there. He still go there and got a good relationship
Right,
there.
that's dope.
This was purely because the AD didn't see the value in my kid. The AD. That's why I say AD, administration, coaches, all that's important to me.
Right, facts.
I wouldn't have came to Milwood. I asked Dorian. I said, how do you play underclassmen? Because I knew my kid could play.
Yeah.
They told me the best players play at Milwood.
Yeah.
That's all I need to know.
All you need to know.
When I went to Dale City with Coach Dukes, it was singers. It wasn't no, I don't care how good you were, unless you was a big old 6'10" kid, you weren't playing. You weren't playing early back in my day. So that's how I made my decision.
That's how a lot of them old school coaches operated, man.
Yeah.
They wouldn't play freshmen.
Yeah. That's it.
So how having a talented kid, having a talented athlete,
Sure.
how do you balance from being an involved dad? Because I just heard you say that you're up there all the time,
Mm-hmm.
but still respect coaching boundaries and not be that helicopter dad that a lot of us coaches absolutely despise. How do you balance? Is that tough for you or is that easy for you because that's just how you are?
It's easy because you can ask any coach out there. Marc says nothing at a practice. Normally I got my laptop up. Normally I'm making flyers. I'm there to learn. And I talk to coach. I said, how are you with dads? I said, I'm an involved dad with my kid. I like to come so I can learn, so I can reinforce what you're teaching on the way home.
Yeah, right.
And when I get home, and then I got a damn gym. So we're going to work on the stuff that he messed up at practice. We're going to do up in here.
Right.
So, and he'll tell you, Dorian will tell you that I don't question no playing time. I don't question who is who, what is nothing.
Right.
I'm the most invisible present dad you're ever going to see. Because I respect protocol. I respect boundary. I respect the fact I ain't got to be in here. He don't have to let me in here.
Right.
The fact that he allowed me to be around the program,
right.
oh, that's big.
Because he could have closed practice.
Absolutely. But all the coaches will tell you, I don't bother nobody. I've talked to the kids. That's why I always know what's going on, too. And I just think that for me to be able to reinforce principles, reinforce standards, and it helps my son. You see him now on videos, he coaching and doing everything else because he's getting an extra portion that most kids don't even want to get. He's getting that.
Man, I wish so many parents listen to what you just said, man, like, because not a lot of parents are reinforcing what the coach is saying. A lot of them have their own agenda. They're living vicariously through their kids. And I tell parents all the time, man, if you can coach your kid better than me, take them. You know what I'm saying? But if your conversations in the car or at the dinner table are different than my conversations in practice on the sidelines with them, that's where we have that dissension. That's where kids start to think they can disrespect the coach because mama and daddy don't like you. So now you have no backing. So I can act however I want to act. I can say what I want to say. And I think that is so key because I've bumped it. And even on our podcast, it may have been a couple episodes ago, I can't remember, but it's still trending just because of some comments I said about parents. I don't feel like parents should talk to coaches about playing time. No. I feel like if a conversation needs to be had, let the player have it.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? He plays for me, not you. And let's start teaching these young men how to have tough conversations and how to deal with adversity. So many parents want to be the safety net all the time. I get it. They're your babies. You want to protect them. But you're trying to protect them from something that's inevitable anyway, because if they ever want to proceed to the next level, they're going to have these conversations because at some point they're probably not going to be happy. And man, parents are killing me on the thread on Instagram, I think it is, tearing me apart about it. But I feel how I feel about it, you know? So I'm glad you said that, man, because I think a lot of parents could really, take something from that. I know they probably won't, but they could.
For me, playing time is earned at practice. I'm from AAU. We always love joining the new teams. I always tell you got to start from the bottom. You got to take somebody's spot. That's what I teach them early, like identify the spot you want and practice, go at that person, go at that spot. Show the coach what you can do. First of all, be coachable, be consistent, know the culture, know the role that you're expected to play, and do your job. If you do that, you're going to be all right. Because coaches play who they trust at the end of the day. It's who they trust. In the certain moments, they know what you're going to give them because they've seen it throughout the whole week. So now if I trust you, I want you in that role. No coach want to lose. This ain't a beauty pageant. They're trying to win the game, bro. So if I know you're going to take the charge, you're going to make the right pass, if I know you're not going to turn the ball over, if I know you know the damn offense and going to run it, you're going to be on the court at the end of the day. It ain't your turn to play.
Right.
We're not waiting a turn. We're taking a chance.
Yeah.
We taking opportunity. We're not waiting for nothing.
Right.
A lot of kids are like, I hear in the crowd, come on, coach, don't let them in there. You don't know what the coach is working on.
Right.
You don't know what the coach is waiting to see.
Right.
Or who he waiting to emerge or what play he's trying to run. Leave the coach alone.
Right.
And if you don't like it that much, hit the portal.
And I'm not big on giving a kid an opportunity. Like, to me, you earn that. Like you said, man, this is competitive athletics. This is not the YMCA where, everybody has on a certain color and you can only guard that color. And, we're not doing that, man. Like, come on, man. We trying to instill something in these kids to compete that they're going to be doing for the rest of their life, whether it's in the workforce, hell, even in your personal life, man. You may want that girl. He may want that girl too, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to be competing all the time. And I think as long as it's healthy competition, I love that. And so many parents run from that, man. And they teach their kids to run from that. So I think that's dope that you feel like that.
Man, I got a question, man. Yep. As a basketball dad, how do you support your son's dream without crossing the line and trying to control it?
All I do is try to remind him of what he told me he wanted out of this.
Okay.
And then I try to let him know, okay, let's say you want high major. I'm going to take you to high major so you can see what it look like up close.
Yeah.
Or if I see high major, like whenever we played Link, and I said, you saw them boys at Link? It was 8 high major signees on that team. That's what it looks like. That's what it jumps like. That's what it shoots like. That's what it dives like. Not that cool stuff that y'all be wanting to do. All the cool, we're the era of the cool athletes. Want to have on the right sleeve and want to wait on the right celebrations and the right headgear. That's the cool athlete.
Yeah, right.
I said, coaches don't want cool. Coaches want dogs. Coaches want the kid that run through the wall for them. Coaches want kid that knows what the coach want in a certain situation, gonna execute consistently. It ain't about how cool you look. It ain't about diving on the ball. That's sexy. That's cool.
Yeah, right.
Diving on the floor, every coach taking the charge.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Little things, man.
Yeah, man, you 5 foot nothing. Quit trying to block shots, bro. I'll get on them. You ain't blocking no shots, man.
Right.
Stop it.
Take the charge.
Yeah, I want to see that floater. I mean, so I try to remind him of what he told me he wanted, what I believe it takes to get there, what my role is in helping him, what his responsibility is for being a part of his own dream. And we're going to support all of that.
Yeah.
But don't tell me you want high major and I got to wake up at 5:30.
Right. Fact.
Don't tell me you want high major and you not diving on the floor.
Yeah.
Don't tell me. You don't know who watching. I told him every game, every practice, imagine the coach, the school you want to go to, the coach is watching. Imagine it in your head. Imagine, that's the feeling you should get. I said, when you check in sometime, I said, check in, bro. You don't look like you on fire to me, bro. You cool getting up, like you deserve, like you done made it. Yeah. I said, like Lil Nate, when Lil Nate get that joke, Lil Nate, he clapped up, he locked in. Look, for the minutes he out there, he running. He trying, like, he like the highlights. Don't get me wrong. He want to get his dunks in, but you could tell he's on fire to be on the court. My son thinks sometimes he's too cool. I said, you worry about your waves now? Hey, man. Waves don't get scholarships. Waves don't get scholarships, bro. I'm telling you, coach is looking for a beast mode. He wants the kid that fly off the radar. When you come to the gym, the kid that's talking, the kid that's clapping up. I said, man, you are 5'10". 6'7", 6'8", ain't got to talk. They size speak for them. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Kamen Robinson, they never got to say 2 words. He tall. You better be talking. You better be loud. You better be clapping. You better show some enthusiasm. You better show some leadership. You got to do all the extras. I grew up, you was ugly or you was real short, you had to dress good. You had a little money, you had to smell good. Yeah, the tall, attractive dude, that do all that work to get the girl. If the dude that know he was facially challenged, he better be having something else going on. Okay, you 5'10", you challenged, have something else going on. That's it.
Nah, I agree, man. It's funny you say that because I was we had our AAU parent meeting the other day, and
Chaos.
Yeah, and we were talking to our kids, and I told them, I said, all of y'all, because we only have 8 guys, 7 of them were there. I said, all of y'all have been identified as college prospects at various different levels. All of y'all have told me you want Division I or you want Power 4. Okay, cool. I'm going to coach you like that. So I need you to understand what comes with that. I'm not looking for you for practice. If I have to find you, you don't want this. If you gonna miss because you want to go to prom when you can go your senior year, you don't want this. You know what I'm saying? Because unless you 6'7", 6'8", 6'9", 6'10", you're missing valuable reps. You're missing valuable opportunities to get 1% better. And you can't afford, because you're not top 300 in the country. And even a lot of those guys are going to struggle to get Power 4 offers. So if you tell me you want this, understand what comes with it. Understand what mindset comes with it, because that's how I'm going to coach you. So I'm not going to beg you to take no charge. I'm not going to beg you to dive on loose balls. I'm not going to beg you to warm up hard. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm just going to assume, okay, you lied to me. You don't want this. Cool. I'll find somebody that does. And I think a lot of these kids don't understand that. And when I'm talking to them, they look at me crazy. Like when I tell them about their highlight, man, I don't want you to start out your highlight with a transition layup where you by yourself when you 5'10". I don't care about that. I want you That 4-minute highlight, that first 30 to 40 seconds, I need to see you diving on the floor. I need to see you taking charges. I need to see you big up in your teammates. I need to see your energy, because as a college coach, when I see 5'10", I'm immediately thinking he too small to play. So now you got to really get my attention. You're not getting my attention with a fast break layup.
Absolutely.
Now, if you going to East Bay that or something like that, okay, then we got something. But, and a lot of them look at me crying. I'm like, man, why y'all got free throws in your highlights? Man, no coach wants to see that. So, you know, just talking to these kids about how to even structure a highlight, because they don't even know. Like, those are all things as coaches, as a coach, that I cover with them.
Okay.
Keep it at 4 minutes. Start out with some hustle plays, some toughness plays. Then you know, toward that second level, then we can start showing things like the translator, catch and shoots, getting paint touches, playmaking for others. Then at the end, if you want to kind of show last 15, 20 seconds what you can do, okay, cool, because you've already got my attention. And some of those kids didn't even know that. Like, they were looking at me like, say, yeah, man, you 5'10". I don't, like you said, I don't want to see you trying to block a shot. Like, what's the odds of you doing that at the next level?
Right.
But, you know, it's just little things like that, man, that I feel like comes with a mindset, comes with a Division I mindset. You have to encompass all of that. And some of these kids just don't get it, man. I think a lot of these parents don't get it.
It's parents. It all starts with the parents. I always blame the parents.
I'm glad you said that, because I want to ask you, man, what's something that most basketball parents get wrong on the high school level?
A lot of parents think, again, that their kids deserve to play.
Oh, man.
They don't go to no practices. They don't see them when they come in last at the sprint lines. They don't see how they come sit down on the bench when they flopping all down. They don't see they not locked in. Yeah, they don't see none of that. They don't cheer for nobody else. All that stuff matters. I tell Harlem, I said, listen, the way you see, I told them this back when he was playing for Righteous Elite, because they was little kids, they had it all bad. They come out, they all sitting all like this. So we went to a Thunder game. I said, look at that bench. Look how every player is sitting. They had their hands kind of sitting up, their hands like this in a ready position. So he learned that as a fifth grader, sit in a ready position when you're on the bench at all times. I call it the ready position. I said, number two, I said, basketball is a game of energy. I said, it's like a fight. You ain't never seen somebody win a fight punching slow or barely into it. You got to be keyed up, ready to go, at attention, ready to defend yourself or ready to go on the offensive. I said, when you're on the bench, clapping for other people raises your energy level, raises your vibration level. So by the time you get to the bench, you already hyped up. I mean, by the time you get in the game, you check in and you jumping up quick. But if you just sit there like this, not interested, you're going to get up real slow, you're going to move slow. Now you're trying to turn it up because the game moving fast. Right. You can rev your engine up by clapping and getting involved in the game. So when you come in, your senses are already heightened. Right. That's small stuff I teach them of how to get ready. Right. For parents just think, okay, well, he was 6-man last week. But what's going on? Why he ain't coming in next? The parents don't understand the game. They don't understand the game plan. At Milwood, we have game plans for every game. Coach already know what they're going to do. It's like a movie. Yeah. I know the script. I know when they want the corner three. You see what I'm saying? I know when the lob is coming. Yeah, right. I watched Dorian coach a game. I was like playing the PlayStation. I see them like, okay, you doing that? Okay. Boom, boom. I watch it. Yeah, right. And the kids, they so on point. They running the script like just straight to perfection. So if you know what you're seeing, I know what my expectations are. There's certain games I knew the Booker T game. I knew it was at a certain level. And it was going back and forth and let Booker T come back. Yeah. I said, why? I was like, he didn't get back in the game. You know, ain't no anger. I understand. We're trying to win the game. It's an energy thing at that point. Right. I knew when he caught that ball, he caught the ball on the wing. It almost got trapped. He didn't turn it over, but he almost got trapped. I said, see, he wasn't ready. Slim was over in the corner. He missed that. He coming out. Yeah. See, I don't get mad. But average parent, oh, he come in, he come out. Oh, this is some bullshit. No, it's not. Yeah, right. We on a high level, high achievement championship team. You play your damn role. You step up when you need it, and you be ready for when your name is called. That's it. You don't, as a parent, there is no turn, there is no time for your kid. I'm just telling you the truth. Right. It don't work like, well, you can't, I take that back. On teams that's losing, not going nowhere, gonna be going home first round, them teams, you right, you got to turn. You absolutely right. But you want to be a part of a winning situation, you want to be part of a legacy building situation, you're going to find your role, you need to play your role and be happy to have that role, period.
Hey, man, it don't get no better than that, man. And that's coming from a parent of a kid that's playing on a state championship team contender. You know.
But since when do freshmen have rights? Some of these parents right here, man, your kid a fresh. You lucky to have a jersey. What we talking about, man?
I tell my wife that all the time, man. I played freshman, man, at a school that was winning. I know how it go, bro. To be on the team, get a jersey, be around everybody, that's enough in itself, man. All these extra minutes we get, we just using them as reps, bro.
And coming from a winning program, I don't think people understood. And I tell our players now, because we're not winning now, because I'm back at my alma mater, but I tell them, I say, man, y'all don't understand. When I was a freshman, I got a varsity jersey. I knew I wasn't going to touch the floor. I didn't care. Right. Like, that was saying something, especially when there's only like 2 or 3 of us on varsity. Right. Man, I had the best layup line you could ever have.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I understood also the energy is contagious. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if I can't be out there helping, because I knew I wasn't ready for that level. I knew I wasn't. Like, the game was just too fast. It was too physical. It was too athletic. I was too small. But the fact that I was there and I got to experience that, I was prepared for that when my opportunity did come. But when I wasn't playing, I still clapped for others. And I think these kids and these parents don't understand that. And that's why these kids grow up thinking, oh, I'm supposed to get that job.
Yep.
I'm supposed to get that promotion. No, you're not. Like, what have you done to outwork this person? Right. So I think the more we teach these kids that, and I think your son is in a unique situation because, for one, he got to understand what he got in front of him. Like, you just wouldn't be realistic if you think you're going to get 20 minutes a game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you got D1s in front of you. But that experience that he's getting, because I heard Hal say, man, it's going to be different out there next year when he got to be a man. But I was like, man, he's seeing that every day in practice, though. He's seeing that. So now next year when it's my turn, I'm not enamored by it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like a deer in headlights. Man, I had to guard Isaiah Wilkes and Amari Barrett and you know, Jonathan Van Buren. I had to guard those guys. So it ain't much better than that in the state.
I was about to say that.
Yeah, you know, Chris Clay, like I had to guard those guys. It ain't much better than that around here. So I don't think it's going to be as much of a culture shock as a lot of people think for him. But, man, I think what you said is invaluable, man. Parents really need to understand that it's a privilege to play varsity on a high-level team, man. It is a privilege. And whatever your kid gets, man, just let them be happy. Let them enjoy the experience.
Right. And even with that, of them playing at Milwood on a state caliber team, how do you instill confidence instead of pressure?
You know, man, B. Brown, you been around Harlem, man. Harlem is a kid. He likes the pressure. He's not afraid. I ain't never seen him just airballing free throws or doing uncharacteristic dribbling off his leg because he's nervous. I've never seen that. He's never been that kind of kid. Yeah. So he likes the spotlight. He likes the pressure. He wants the ball. So I never had that problem. And those are the rare athletes that you find in life. When you're growing up, you always do that one kid that wasn't scared of nothing. Just because always, that's him.
Well, it's natural.
Yeah, it's natural for him. And then he's always been a high achiever, high performer. He's a 4.0 student. Normally the leading scorer on most teams he's been on, the leading scorer, that's his role. This is the first time. So for me, the hard part was dialing him back to realizing that you're not going to be getting those touches they normally get, that you're not going to be the man on the team. Because when you're a freshman, that's the first time you're not playing against your peers.
Right.
That's the first time when people are actually older than you because you're playing up.
Yeah, right.
So it's a shock when you realize, like, damn. First time he came off the bench, he was like, he never been on the bench.
Yeah.
He's never been on the bench. So it's like, man, I'm on the bench.
All this new.
Right.
Water show.
Right. So I had to teach him how to be a good teammate, how to be a role player, how to embrace little bits and pieces of opportunities that you're going to get and maximize them. That's what I had to teach. It wasn't really about any pressure or anything with him. I had to teach that.
Gotcha.
Yes. So something that I wanted to sort of get your input on, I was on one of your lives and Daddy Ball came up.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on that? Obviously, I was very opinionated on it. I don't know if you've seen my comments on it, but
945 comments.
Yeah, I know it's not to catch up with. I get it. And I know you trying to direct traffic and all of that as well. But man, I thought, and I hate to keep beating the dead horse, but I thought Kim had the worst take ever. He said, Daddy Ball is the thing to do. It's how you get your kid to where they need to go to. And he said, any team I'm on, any team my son is on, if I'm the coach, Daddy Ball it is. And then, they started bringing up all these examples. And I'm like, man, the people that were brought up were going to make it, whether their dads was coaching them. You mean tell me Blake Griffin wasn't going to be Blake Griffin without Tommy Griffin coaching them? Yeah. You think, like he brought up Trey Alexander. And I'm like, first of all, Steve was an assistant coach at Heritage Hall when Trey was there. But Trey always been Trey. You know what I'm saying? Like, now Steve has always coached them, yes. But I felt like Trey was the best player on Heritage Hall no matter what. And the best player is going to always get the best shots. That wasn't daddy ball. That was just smart basketball at that time. I'm totally against daddy ball because I think it goes against everything that we as coaches try to, he said I was being altruistic about it and all of that. And I was like, nah, man, I just think if we're building a team, you're coaching, your mindset is that of a boxer or a tennis player or a golfer or something. If we're coaching basketball, how can I tell parents I care about your kid, trust them to come play for me, but all I'm worried about is mine? Like, even if you feel that, to me, you can't say that.
Can never say it. But
and I was shocked that he said, now, maybe house was pouring up a little bit that night. I don't know. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes house can get lit. But I was thinking to myself, like, that's just such a bad take. And I understand where he's coming from because he values being such a realist. But I'm like, bro, some things you just don't need to say. I don't agree you should feel like that, but you definitely shouldn't say that. So what are your thoughts on daddy ball?
Daddy ball is at its peak, like middle school and the lower levels. And I get why it exists because coaches don't get paid to coach. And typically, you want to coach, one of the dads is going to be the coach, And typically, if he's coaching, his son going to be starting regardless. I mean, it's going to be built around his kid. Yeah. And I respect it because I can't do that. I can't put the time in, the years in, and pour all that these dads do pour into everybody's kids for free. Yeah. They got to go there, hear all the complaints, that's a very hard thing to do. So I respect it, and I know why they do it because they're trying to leverage opportunities for their kids. I do get it. I get there. And I think where income's coming from is saying, hey, if you want your kid to make it, daddy ball is a excellent avenue to do it because you can control everything. You can always be in the right rooms, right conversations, getting your kid everything first for everybody else. You probably shouldn't say it, but that's actually what happens. You know what I'm saying? Because you getting even if a coach calling for another kid, they don't call the coach. Yeah, right. So you getting the call first. Hey, what about my kid? My kid this, my kid that. So I understand where it comes from. As a parent, do get frustrated. Sometimes they used to. Yeah, you get a little frustrated. But at the end of the day, my respect for the dads that do put that work in for everybody else is higher than my disdain for the advantages of daddy ball. Because, man, these dads give their lives, and it's a thankless job. Sometimes the kids don't even remember the coaches. They get their speeches to the Hall of Fame, and they don't mention the middle school guy who was a glue guy that got them ready for high school, which is a very important role. And now I'm watching all the middle school coaches go through the emotional detachment of losing their kids to other programs and stuff. And I always try to tell them all, I say, you do know your kids are so good, they're going to go other places. Right. This ride ain't going to go on forever. It has to break up at some point. And these coaches, they really do love these kids because they were with them through the developmental stages. Right. You see what I'm saying? So you remember that. So it's a slippery slope. I choose I respect the role that they have played. Even the ones played in my son's life. Every coach has poured something into Harlem that I think that has helped him at the high school level. Okay. He wouldn't be ready without it. And then two, I'm adding another thing that I did as a dad. And you know this, I would call you guys when I had that little team, the little pickup experience, Mamba mentality. And I would pick up the kids on the weekends that they wasn't playing for the AAU teams. And we had like a little all-star team. And we'd always play up one or two grades. And we did that. I did that intentionally because I wanted all those kids ready for high school. And all those kids that was a part of that experience, they're all playing varsity. Yeah, they are. Every last one of them. And they're not super spooked because these are the same kids that's playing again. They're playing again. Same kids. Right. So, yes.
I mean, I guess I'm coming from because my son played for me. Now, it didn't last long. But he played for me. He was 10, 11 years old. And I was on the other side of that. He didn't understand why you're my dad, you the coach. Why don't I start? Why don't I get to shoot every shot? And I'm like, son, you got to understand as a coach, I can't just, as your dad, yes, I have to worry about you. But as a coach, I'm taking on an unspoken oath that I have to care about everybody else's kid too. You know what I'm saying? Like, Because at the end of the day, if I send my kid to play for you, I want you to care about him as well. Now, innately, you do care about, I'm not going to say you care about yours more, but he's yours. You know what I'm saying? So you feel a certain way. And that's when I realized, okay, my son has the wrong perspective. I have to get him out from under me. And also, like, I have a kid that I coach through his developmental years, and we still, I mean, he played high school ball for me too, AAU-wise, and we're still close. And I understand that closeness because he, you know, he has a shot to go to the NBA this year. He's expected to be a second-round draft pick.
Nice.
And I was one of the first people he called, and it shocked me because I was like, he said, Coach, I ain't even told my mama yet. I just wanted to tell you. And I thought like that was dope. And those are the experiences that I relish.
Absolutely.
Because I feel like my son was fortunate enough to have a dad. This kid didn't. And so many of the kids that I do coach don't. And that's why I try to tell him, like, son, sometimes you have to not think about yourself.
Sure.
You have to be understanding that you're in a good spot, you know, to have a dad that cares, that tries to provide and play a role in your life. Some of these kids don't have that, so we have to try to be that for them.
Absolutely.
And it took him a while to understand that, but that's when I knew I had to get him out from under me and let somebody else coach him because he was thinking about it the wrong way. So I think that was kind of my perspective.
My dad came after the kid to go too, so I'm glad you was able to do that.
Yeah. Hey, so I got the last question I want to ask. For me, I want to ask you, man, what do you look to gain from doing the basketball dads?
Really, what really happened was I was going to games, reading different reviews from various sources, and I said, man, there's no representation from the dads. Like, we're always waiting for somebody else to say something about our kids.
Yeah.
And most times they're not talking about our kids, talking about some other kid. And we in the same gym. I was like, well, damn, my son just dropped 21 points. And you said the kid that came off the bench for this team and had 4 points was the one to watch. What are you watching? What are you watching?
Right.
And I called Blue. I said, hey, man, I'm about to get busy because I'm not going to let my son, because my son in high school now. Yeah. Things going to be different.
Right.
I said, I'm going to shake some things up. I'm going to create my own platform, and I'm going to go to these games, and I'm going to give my perspective of what I see, just to add some diversity to the conversation.
Right.
At the bottom, the bottom line, that's how it all started. Was I was looking, I was like, dang, is that what you see? That ain't what I see.
Right.
I look at basketball a little different. I look at players, and especially when it comes to 2029 kids, you and I feel like we up there as far as the ones who know who these kids are. We've been watching for a long time. So I said, no, that kid ain't better than that kid. It's a no.
Yeah.
I'm gonna introduce myself to this space, and then we're gonna see what's what.
Right.
And I'm gonna stand behind what I say. I say I'm gonna put a poll together of these teams, and I'm gonna stand behind it, and we're gonna have conversations. I'm gonna start a conversation. It's all about starting a conversation. So in the past, when we came up, you had to wait on the Oklahoman to write an article about you. Somebody put you in the paper.
Right.
There was, and everything else was barbershop talk or just us arguing on amongst each other. Who's better than who? Yeah, right. So now we can put stuff in the forefront. What's going to do is elevate these kids. These kids care.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
For those that say, not for those, for the person that says my unpopular opinion is the most popular, unpopular opinion you're ever going to find. Because kids are watching. Parents are watching. Coaches are watching. Grandparents are watching. I get stopped everywhere I go by strangers saying, I love what you're doing. Keep on going. And guess what? I also get parents say, hey, man, I hate when so-and-so come on the screen. I can't stand them. So it's like, I got character. I call him the Black Skip Bayless. That's who he is. He just, hey, so it's affecting change. I believe in a positive way.
Yeah.
It's giving people a voice. It's giving a voice to the voices, giving an opinion to those who didn't think their opinion even mattered. So it's all inclusive. If you don't like what we're saying, I tell you people all the time, this is my top 10. Give me your top 10. And guess what? I'm not going to disrespect your top 10. I might not agree with it, but you have the right to your top 10. This is just mine.
Right.
So, hey, you can put yours up under mine every time.
You're right.
And I don't mind.
You're right.
Now, you got to stand up.
Yeah.
So there's a source out there that puts out a top 10. I be like, man, what games you watching? Yeah. You got teams up here that just lost 3 straight. How they in the top 5? Make it make sense. Yeah. And then for teams that, I know y'all watching, then for teams that get upset, why you ain't mention me? Why you ain't do this? Because I told you was regular. And I was honest about it. And now you got some regular losses. Now you see you regular. It was never personal. So you had the emotional attachment. All I had was these old bifocals and my non-biased opinion. And I told you, because I think about me, I told you I'm a historical college football gambler.
Yeah.
That's what I do. Would I bet on your team to beat this team? No. That's why I got this team right here and your team right here. And it pans out. It ain't nothing personal.
Right.
I think giving people a space to voice their opinions is dope, man. Like, you know, like I said, sometimes I don't even chime in. I just watch just to listen because I love to listen. Some people show me every week how much they don't know about fucking basketball, but it is what it is. That's just my opinion.
Right.
But I definitely love what you do. So speaking of your rankings,
Okay.
do you offhand know what your current top 10 is, or do you have to look at it?
I think I know. The top 5 is the same.
So that, can you give us that rundown?
That's Milwood, PC North.
Now, is this in order?
Yeah.
Okay.
Milwood, PC North, Booker T.
You about to say it right. You see, you about this way. You see, no first.
Booker T, Edmond Santa Fe, Mustang. That's the top 5. Then 6, Owasso's right there at 6. 7, let me think. 7, Norman 7. Dale is 8. 9 is, who was 10 last week? Everybody kind of shifted over because we have a new number 10. So 9 is slipping my brain. Number 10 is Carl Albert. Carl Albert came in.
Ooh, they got it in the 10.
At the top.
Oh, yeah, gonna be something to talk about.
Carl Albert in
man.
that thing.
They gonna speak.
Yeah, Carl Albert in that thing.
Carl Albert triggers me. I have a ton of trauma from Carl Albert. First game of the season, they beat us by 40. Second game, they beat us by 56 on our, I don't know. I don't know if it was homecoming or not. I get so turned around, but
Newcastle 9. I'm sorry, Newcastle 9.
I couldn't get to the locker room quick. And that's what I was about to ask you about, if you had Newcastle.
Newcastle's 9.
And
They were 10 last week, they're 9. I wrestled with Katusa. It was between Katusa and Carl Albert, to be honest. And it was just literally, I think Carl Albert's a better team. I think they have more athletes. I just think that they got Big Jacks down there. That's a big prize. I think if they line up, I think Carl Albert beats them. So
Coach Price, that man knows what he's doing too, man. Coaching does matter. So you have Milwood as the best team.
yes.
In your opinion, why is Milwood better than PC North?
I think it comes down, I've said this on camera before. I think if you line them up together, I trust those 4 senior starters over the sophomores and juniors they've been having their starting lineup. I think the experience of those older, stronger kids, those defending state champion kids, those been to the championship game 2 years in a row kids, gonna be 3 in a row. It just, those D1 kids, they're just.
Did you just guarantee a state champion?
I guaranteed it. It's the Milwood Invitational. At this point, that's not a team in 3A.
It is a classic bar right there. The Milwood Invitational. I've never heard anything like that. That's classic. You should get T-shirts made. When y'all go to the big house, that's what you should have a T-shirt.
Zorian's biggest challenge is going to be getting these kids off the surfboard because they're not dumb. They see the teams. They know. Spencer, I think Star Spencer, if they win, they don't play us second round. We just beat them.
They don't want to see y'all.
100 points. See what I'm saying? It just.
What about Rolling?
Rolling is close to Heritage Hall, and we have 40-piece nugget meal better than Heritage Hall. That's the difference.
And here would be my argument to you with that.
Okay.
I think Rolling is better than Heritage Hall because Rolling, they did, but I think the kid from Rolling struggled like he never has.
That's a lot of things.
He's not going to shoot that bad again,
Right.
in my opinion. And if you really think about it, 2 of their top 3 guards didn't shoot it well. Now, one of them picked it up in the second half, the Edmond Santa Fe transfer, Raiden Knight.
Sure.
But he sort of struggled to start the game, and then Bubba just struggled to begin with.
He did.
I've been watching that kid play for 2 years, and he gave Milwood some problems last year in the state tournament.
About how many points? 30?
They did.
You know what I'm saying?
They did.
It could be a beautiful nightmare.
It could.
It's a nightmare.
So you don't, and I'm in agreement with you. I don't think anybody can beat Milwood, but you don't think Rolling is even a test.
I don't think rolling 30 points within Milwood, based on what I think.
Within 30?
The team that's the same rolling team that beat Muldrow by 2 points. Okay. Come on now, let's talk about it. Mojo can't even walk in the gym. I'm just being honest.
So how much better is Milwood than PC North? Like if they play,
It's
hypothetically.
I think it's between 6 and 8 points.
Houseway. No, I'm playing.
Yo, Buttles,
Houseway. Hey, man.
what's your prediction?
Man, hey, man, when it comes to PC North and Milwood, I think it'd be a good game. I do. But I'm giving us 12.
Now, emotional attachment and feelings, because both of y'all have kids on the team.
Attachments 4. I give them.
But let's throw that out. If we're going basketball for basketball, ability for ability, team for team, and Mark, you can go first. First of all, I gotta say it's a shame that me and you don't follow each other on Facebook, man. That's crazy. I just realized we're not friends, so we definitely got to change that. But why do you think you started to give yours? But why do you think Milwood is better? Like, give me a basketball explanation.
It's the way we play defense, man.
Okay.
Our defense is going to dictate the offense. Our defense, there's never been think about all the top players that score 30, 40, 50 on everybody else.
Okay.
Poe guy showed up, left with 7 points. Last time Bubba D showed up, 3 points.
3.
3.
Was it 3?
He had 3.
Wow.
Jock, big bad Jock, 6 points. See what I'm saying? When that defense shows up, it's different. You're not going to get off like you normally get off. You're just not going to get it off because they're not going to let you get that off. Like even people say, Fort Gibson, big old bad Fort Gibson. Them guards can get the ball past half court, man. And then when they get tired, the little homies come in and they just as aggressive. There's no letting up when it comes to Milwood. And the coaching, the way they detail out those game plans, it's like you play for OU or OSU. It ain't like high school stuff going on over there. Having Kendrick there, like the Godfather, like having 2 head coaches anyway. Because you're getting so much coaching from that bench is this different. So these kids are so prepared, they're over-prepared. 3 and 4 pages of scouting reports in high school? Come on now. Detail, and I get it. I send them to the scout report. I look at it, and I quiz them on it. These kids are different. And I've said this before. You know, basketball, I look at it like the military. You got the Army, the Navy, the Air Force. Milwood's the Marine Corps, bro. It's Special Forces. It's who you call in when you're trying to get the job done. It's not a normal program with these kids. Not saying about next year after that. This group of kids in the supporting cast is special.
They have made really good players look very pedestrian. I will say that, man. They are the best defensive team in the state. Give me your argument on why PC North could beat.
If y'all the goddamn Marine Corps, we the Navy SEALs. I'm a Navy vet. We the Navy SEALs, man. We call when you want to get the job done. And I'm going to tell you this, man. I'm going to tell you why I said it. I love everything you said about Milwood. And I love it, what they got going on over there. But when it comes to what we got going on there at PC North, we got arguably one of the best strength and conditioning coaches over there with his Coach Dean. Everybody know him. I don't know if you know him, Coach. But he's been over there. He got a lot of opportunities on the next level. He coaches the girl. I mean, he trains all the sports over there now. My son was with him 3 years prior to now, you know. So, yeah, that's the inside information, as well as the coaching from DJ, man. When you got players, everybody keeps saying Nate, the Maritis, and you got, of course, you got the Murrays of the world, but you're not speaking on, like top 60 in the country. ESPN, that's not me. But I'm saying you got players like TJ, you know what I'm saying? That's the heart of the team. You know what I'm saying? That will go against Milwood and stand down there in the paint, give him a run for his money. We ain't even talking about Nate, but this is TJ. And then you got CJ coming. You got CJ, like you talking about people coming off the bench. You got CJ coming off the bench to salt. Bro, we are young, and it's not our first rodeo. They were just there last year.
Well, and see, here's the thing.
Oh, they was there. They was there last year.
I
think DJ's first year coaching.
I think both teams are deep. So let's just break down starting lineup. Schultz, Wilkes, who you taking?
Oh, my conversation's gonna take Wilkes.
He's gonna take Wilkes.
No disrespect to the Schultz. You know, I love him. I love you, Bill.
So Murray or Barrett, who you taking?
Man, I gotta go with Murray, bro.
Makai, Chris Clay, who
you know what? I'll take that back, man. I'm gonna go. I gotta go with Barry, man. He done showed me too much this year, bro. And I talked to, and you know what I said about him at the beginning of the year. Right. So that's why I'm giving him.
Beginning of
but I'm gonna have to give him that.
me down. That wasn't the case.
And I'm gonna say that because he's a senior, he's more seasoned, bro. Yeah, and like I've seen growth from my own eyes. So, hey man, Barry, hey, no respect. I gotta put some respect on your name. So.
I'm mad that Murray was a senior.
Yeah, it would be, you know what I'm saying? It'd be
Different. It's the age. That's all I'm saying, bro. Y'all look great. Y'all just a little younger. That's all.
Hire Chris Clay. What we take? I love Chris, man. That's a franchise kid, man. I love him, bro. It's hard, man.
Franchise to get him to show somewhere.
Bro, I can't even. Hey, bro. Hey, man, I ain't gonna be able to walk in the gym if I put Chris over Makai, man.
Okay. Javier and Nate. Who you taking?
I'm taking Nate for sure. A healthy Nate. I'm taking Nate against anybody, bro.
Okay. And then TJ, who's the Milwood fifth starter? Van Buren.
Come on, man. Hey, man. Hey, man.
It seemed like Milwood they won 4 of the 5. That's what I'm saying. But Peace North is a good ass team, but Milwood's just a more seasoned with them veterans. That's all I'm saying.
But I'm gonna give y'all this. I'm gonna leave it alone.
Okay.
That 5 you just said though, man. You're right. But we got the bench though, bro.
You CJ.
And I think that's our come on, man, Miles, 6'6", 6'7", bro. Ain't nobody 6'6", 6'7" come off the bench.
Nate Jones.
Styles was super.
But how about Nate Jones?
Nate about 6'5".
Man, he's 6'6".
But he got the wingspan like he's 6'10". Man, that man got go gadget arms, man.
Okay, I got you.
That man stretch out. He got them Inspector Gadget arms, man. He hadn't been there all year, had he? Because I'm about to say, I went to he been there.
He came from Choctaw. Choctaw had been deep freezer for some reason.
Choctaw didn't play him after that.
All right.
First of all,
We had to throw him out.
Hey, why are you coaching at Milwood and your son is at Choctaw? Please explain that to me. But, I mean, it looks like a good move him coming over there because he give y'all some needed size.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. So are we giving the bench edge to Milwood or PC North?
But see, you're going to shorten the bench up anyway, a game like that.
Yeah. It's
Well, we know for sure you probably bringing Cobbler in Harlem off the bench.
Yeah, because that's 6'7".
Then you probably bringing Nate.
Yeah.
Hey.
Or the Nate's son.
What about Bryce Brown? Bryce Brown coming out too. He's filling the role. He come off the bench.
Yeah, Bryce.
Playing.
So, I don't know.
So that's 9 deep. You go 9 deep.
I think I give bench play. I give bench play to PC North. I give bench play to PC North.
We don't say it because, like you just said, the maturity. You got 2 freshmen coming in, bro. You got 2 freshmen coming in with guys that were just at the state tournament last year and lost. Is going to be hungry for the ball this year.
And I've seen a couple of those kids that come off the bench for PC North. I've seen them start a few games as well. It's almost like you got 7 or 8 starters there.
Yeah.
So
I got you, man. Anything you want to wrap
I'm
up?
a hug the argument, man. Nah, man. Hey, Mark, I appreciate you coming on, man, brother. It's been great talking to you. We've never got a chance to talk, so it's glad to have you on, man. I've been telling D-Lo that we need to get you on, so, man, I think this was a much-needed episode and conversation, so I appreciate it. And I'll be locked in every Sunday.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Hey, man, tap in with us, man. On GrindWorks, man. Hey, we got Marc in the building, man. Basketball dads, man. All love, respect, man. Till next time. We out.
I'm somewhere always grinding, putting God first. That master plan is manifested in the mind first. No taking days off, cause that ain't how my mind works. We out the mud, cause that's the way the grind works. Grind works, the grind works. Put in the time till the grind works. Grind works, 10,000 hours make the grind works. The grind work, we on the mission till the grind works.